Hello, I'm back again with another video, and apologies that it is a little bit late. I haven't been able to find any time where the house has been quiet and no builders and so on and so forth. So apologies, but here we go. It's going to be a Christmas card. Thank you also for the lovely people who messaged me about my shingles. It is an awful lot better now. I'm starting to go out and about, and fingers crossed it's gone for good. So thank you for your kind wishes. That's obviously helped. Thank you. Right, so Christmas card. I am planning to use a 6x6 roughly card with a panel to go on the front. What I envisage is sort of hills with sort of sprinkling of snow, perhaps snow falling in the way of sparkle, and some Christmas trees. And I'm going to use these Tim Holtz trees, which are called Woodlands. I love these. They're really delicate and they're good fun. And I'm going to cut those out of a background, so I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So we better get cracking. I've got my messy mat down so that I can do that. Can I, before I forget, say thank you so much for thumbs ups, your subscriptions. I'm heading towards 2,000 subscribers now, which is amazing, and I can't thank you enough for your wonderful support, so thank you. Right, on to business. So I've got a piece of card, and from the IndigoBlu weekend we did some playing around, and so I've got an idea from there that I want to use for the trees. This isn't watercolour card, so how it's going to all react I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to use some water and get it wet. I'm going to use some vivid ink. I've got olive green, I've got tasty turquoise, possibly some primary blue. We'll see how it goes. And then my gold one of the vivid inks from IndigoBlu hasn't arrived yet, but I have got this Windsor and Newton gold ink. It needs a good lot of shaking, and it needs a good lot of shaking very frequently because the gold really settles to the bottom. So you just have to give it a good shake and then have a look on the bottom and see whether it's moving. I'm just making sure I'm not undoing the lid as I do this, otherwise I shall turn into somebody from the Goldfinger James Bond movie, won't I? There we are. So I can see that that's moving around on the bottom if I tip it. Don't know whether you can see that or not, but it's definitely moving around there on the bottom now, so it means it's mixed. It is beautiful, this ink. And I've got a little pipette. These ones, the vivid inks, have droppers, but this one doesn't, so I've got a pipette for that. Right, so first job, let's give these a shake as well. And let's get some water down on there. And I'm just going to drop colour on. Isn't it pretty, the way it shifts, even on this that's not watercolour. And then if you get a bit that doesn't, oh, silly me, I should have wet my card underneath as well. Hang on, let's see if I can do it. It's today's challenge. I'm just not perfect, but better. So if you've got a bit that's not moving around, then just chuck a bit more water on it. And we'll add more water if we need to. Let's go for a bit of the turquoise. I don't want a lot of this, but trees, especially the sort of Norwegian spruce, can look slightly blue, so I'm just going to mix that together and go a bit more green. I love the way they sort of shift around as well, shift each other around. Do you know that? I wondered about if that was a splodge that had come out of the bottle. It is a splodge that's come out of the bottle. What we'll do is just shove it to one side. And then I think I'm going to put my gloves on before I lift this card up. Don't often remember to do that, so it's amazing that I have. And there we are, just shift it around a bit. Now I've got gloves on, I can just shove my fingers in it and just cover up the majority of the... That's a bit of yellow, isn't it? Never mind, let's mix that up. That's probably quite nice. That's what that lump was. Right. Okay. Little cloth. Wipe my hands. Now then, let's add a bit of this gold. Give it another shake again because it does. We'll need it. And lid off nice and quickly and suck up a bit of that gold. Ooh, pretty. It's fascinating to watch it move. There we go, let's try that. Might let it just do its thing. There, see, can you see it moving? I don't know whether it picks up on the camera, but the shimmer I can watch moving around is amazing. Very exciting. Right, that needs to dry. Panel. So what I wanted to do was create hills. So I've just trimmed these bits of some scrap paper so that I can create my little hills by dragging some distress oxide. I've used iced spruce because I thought that would be a good colour to go with the trees. So just starting on the paper and coming down. I don't want a lot of colour because this is just background, and make sure you start on the paper so that the heavier amount of ink is on the paper, not on your making a splodge on your card. I'll just bring that down so it gradually fades like that. Tiny bit more on the top bit than lower down. Can always come back to that. And there you go. End up with a little hill. So then I've done this one with a different shape. And we'll do the same again. And I'm just bringing it down over this one as well so that we don't have a white line between the two. And if I hold it nice and close, then I've got good control over the brush. These were just, I don't know, Amazon probably. There we go. that's probably enough, but we'll see how we go. Pop the lid on that. I'll keep it handy just in case I need it. Next job is, I've got this, I haven't used it yet, so we'll see what it's like. It's called Icicle Mixing Paste from Colorology. Creative Craft product, white. And I got this from Craft Stash before they shut down. So whether it's something that is still available, I have no idea. As you can see, I haven't used it yet. Whether we've got a handy place to open it. No, we haven't. And this is the Spellbinders, what's it called? All the Stars. I've used this one before on another card, but it is quite a nice, pretty. So what I should probably do is... Actually, I don't think it'll matter if it goes over the top. I'm thinking that I want to add a bit of twinkle probably to the top of this, but it's probably easier to do it with the pen, although obviously that's water reactive, so well, we'll see. We'll see. Let's try some of this first and then go from there. I think I've just got to go like that, really. Otherwise I'll be there forever and a day trying to get it open. And let's see what this is like. Don't know. That's quite creamy. Let's see what happens. Not gritty. I might just bring it down over the hills. If it's a mistake, I'll just have to start again. That lot can go back in. Let's just see, just lift and see what we've got going on. That should be all right. Whoop. There we are. Put that lot back in. Put that bit of lid back. Right. Let's just do that. And I'll have a little clear up. That's gonna clear away those bits that are sticking out at the edge. That's it. And then with not doing a clear cut edge, it doesn't matter that it doesn't go down to the bottom. Good. So I'll do a clean up. I'm putting plenty of water on this because I'm not cleaning it right now. I'm just going to put it to one side on a piece of paper towel, and I will drip it all over my leg. What a silly Billy. I've got a very sparkly trouser leg now. Oh, honestly, there's always something, isn't there? Right, job done. So we'll let that dry. That's our background. We're letting this, bring it back, dry, which is going to take a while. So I have to confess, I did do one previously. So I will leave that one for another day. And I used exactly the same method, although got quite a different result. And that's what I ended up. Oh, I tell you what I did differently actually, is I put some cling filmy stuff over. So what I will do This was actually from the kitchen fitters. I found it in a cupboard, so I thought, oh, I'll use that. So I'm just going to put that. I'll show you. Just shove that over the top of there and create a few crinkles. What I might need to do is just dry, wet, the opposite of dry. There we go. Wet it again a bit here and there, and just leave it to dry with that on it, and just make sure it's nice and crinkly, and then you get patterns in it. So I have cut out the trees from this, and what I wanted to do, because I did go too blue, I've kind of picked the more green areas, so I ended up with these two trees. Still got some wet there. So those will be, just do it carefully, sitting on here. Like that. And then we're going to go for a Merry Christmas, I think. How shall I do that? I would actually quite like Merry Christmas to be in that sparkly, clean, this stuff basically. So I either cut it out and then go over it with that. I could try that because I have actually got a cut out version. Let's try it and see if that works. So I've got a Merry and a Christmas. What's the best way to put that on? I wonder if it would work with a paintbrush. Let's grab one and see. Oopsie daisy, that was my ruler falling down. Somewhere I've got the tittle as well for the eye. Whether that'll still be there when I want to come and use it, who can tell? Anyway, let's try that. Don't know whether it's going to work. Might have to go on thicker than a paintbrush job, but let's see. I'll risk doing the tittle. Where am I going to put it? Where I'm not going to lose the blessed thing. Here we are, I'll put it over with my... Right, it's on the messy mat. Thinking I probably should have done another little bit down there. So, let's see. I'm just going to try and do it without damaging that stenciling. There we go. And then we can do that and that. I think we'll overlay them because I don't think there's enough room for them if they're not. I'm just thinking, how do I define that? I could define it with a bit of Gilding wax. Let's move you, and let's have you, and let's just do it over a bit of scrap. Treat myself to a new one. So just a little makeup, spongy doodah. And I just want to define the edges where they kind of overlap with the other one. I don't want too much gold on there, but a bit. And I'm just going to try and do those inner bits as well, there. And there, so where does it? We'll see if that does enough. Bring that back. Shift that first. Okay, so if you go there-ish, and you go there-ish, a little bit further up, we're nearly there, I think. But I do think that helps. Am I sorry if I'm not in the right place? I have a feeling my gilding wax is getting a little bit old. It's getting a bit lumpy. A bit like me, really. Right, let's try you. There we go. That does define it, but now it looks a bit weird that it's only there and not anywhere else. So, so I need to keep going. Put a bit more here. Obviously got a bit of the gold from the ink. It is a splendid gold ink, I must confess. Right, this is like the golden tree, isn't it? As opposed to the golden child, it's a golden tree. Let's go for a bit more here and there, and then we don't look so weird. A bit here. Oh, it's sticky. And I've just splodged it on there. How am I going to get that off without making it worse? Maybe I just need to blow. Excuse me. Oh, that didn't work. Put it on there. There you go. There you go. Now let's see what this merry Christmas looks like. Apart from being too big. Don't suppose I could do. Take you away. I'm catching on the catching on the stenciling. Right, what are we going to do? Tweezers would be... No, that's too big. Could go just merry and go there. I think I might do that actually. Right, I'm just going to clean myself up because I'm gold and silver and sparkly, and I don't want to put gold in the wrong place, so I should be back in a mo. Okay, I'm back again. I've glued on my first tree, and I'm just got glue on my second one. I'm going to have it standing on that little bit of hollow in the dip in the ground, as it were, and stick that over the top. And I am just sticking them down flat. This is a card that can go through the post. And then we've got the merry, which I think could fit there. Oh, I sort of feel like I want to fill that space there. I think I'll put it there. Okay. There we are. Don't want to put the glue away, do I? And I'm just going to put it flat down. I actually overlapped the tree a tiny bit. I'm hoping I'll get away with it. If not, I'll just chop that bit edge bit off. There we are. Easy to say once you get going. There we are. And just lay that flat down on there, trying to get it equidistant, top and bottom, left and right. Just have to tip it towards myself just to see. And I just find rotating it just means that I can sort of check I've got A straight and B fairly equal. And there we are. One more Christmas card made and ready to post without too much depth, but with a fun background that I can use to create other things. A little bit of hills for the interest and a bit of a snow flurry. I know lots of you don't have snow in the winter. To be honest, even in England, most of us don't have snow in the winter either. And not on the south coast anyway. But we can imagine, can't we? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will try and drop in a couple of pictures of the kitchen where we're sort of nearly there. They templated the worktops today. So they'll get on with making those, and next Friday, the 5th of December, we will get our kitchen finished. So pressure's on me now to try and get the painting in there done before the worktops go on. So and cover up obviously what is already there. I had planned to get that done before even the cupboards went in, but Shingles had other ideas for me. Never mind, these things happen, don't they? We'll find a way. So thank you again for watching. Thank you again for subscribing and thumbs up and all those lovely things that you do for me. It's very much appreciated. And take care, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.